Hi everyone. Am I audible, visible? I think we'll wait for some time for people to join us. Hi Shamli. So I think let's begin. My name is Dr. Kavita Bhatt Kumar and I'm the founder of Designer Smiles Multi-Speciality Dental Care in Villeparle East, and I'm into private dental practice for the past 25 years. And I'm very thankful to Villeparle Club and Villeparle Women's Network for giving me this wonderful opportunity to help the community by sharing some important tips on oral health. As you all are aware, oral health is a mirror to your general health. Whatever happens in the mouth also happens in the body. So it's very, very important, and do not neglect your oral health. So after my first session in the morning, I have been getting a lot of queries and questions from parents of small children about their kids' oral hygiene and stuff like that. Somebody wanted to know the brushing technique for kids. So I will show it, I will demonstrate at the end of this session, which will be after 15 minutes. So in the meantime, let me share some myths and tips with you regarding children's oral health. So one tip I would like to give you is, if ever you have to give your child sugary food or junk food, do not expose the child several times to it in a day. Whatever you have decided to give the child, give it at once, at one time itself, because we do not encourage the increased number of sugar exposures. The increased number of sugar exposures carries a lot of risk for the child's teeth, and that is what causes tooth decay. So for example, if you have decided to give 2 eclairs to the child, give both the eclairs at once. Do not give it at 2 different times in the day, because that will lead to 2 different sugar exposures. Although the quantity is the same, it will lead to more number of sugar exposures, which we want to prevent. So a lot of parents, they tell the child that, okay, you want to have this packet of chips, so you have half after breakfast and half at night. So do not do that. If you've decided to give him that 1 packet of chips during that day, give the entire packet of chips at once, so that the number of exposure to starch and sugars is minimized, and therefore the risk of cavities is minimized. So that's one tip I would like you all to take home. And the other thing is, children have small children, they play, and very often they have falls, and they sometimes they fall on their face, and sometimes the permanent tooth might just come out completely. So we have a lot of parents, they come the next day, they have washed the tooth and they bring it to us, and the next day, or maybe after 3-4 hours, and they tell us that the child had fallen and the tooth has or they discard the tooth. Most of the parents, they don't even bring the tooth, they discard the tooth, and then they come to us. So please do not do that. Please remember, if you are able to reach the dentist within half an hour of the accident, along with the tooth, I will tell you how to preserve the tooth. So along with the tooth, if you can take the child to the dentist within half an hour, he or she will be able to replant that tooth in the child's socket, and that tooth can remain there permanently. Okay, so please remember this tip. If your child falls and if the tooth comes off, just look for the tooth. Do not hold the root of the tooth with your fingers, just hold the crown portion of the tooth. Hold it under running tap water to just clean off all the dirt, and then put it in a glass of milk or maybe saline. The best place to keep it is in the child's mouth. If the child is old enough, keep it in the vestibule, that is in between the cheek and the teeth. Keep the tooth in that area, and that is the best medium to keep the tooth. If that is not possible, if a child is too small, then maybe you can keep it in a glass of milk and take that tooth along with the child to the dentist within half an hour, maximum 1 hour, and the dentist will be able, maybe some root canal would be needed to be done, maybe some splinting has to be done, but the dentist will be able to replant that same tooth in the child's mouth. So please remember this tip. I also want to bust a myth which is very common. A lot of parents tell me that they have started their child on calcium supplements because the child was getting a lot of cavities and his or her teeth were turning black because probably the child has some calcium deficiency. Please, this is a myth. Do not self-medicate the child. Do not start giving the child calcium supplements without the consultation of your pediatrician or your pediatric dentist or your family dentist. Because it is not because of calcium deficiency that your child has got the cavities. It is probably because of improper oral hygiene, or because the child is eating too much of sugary and starchy stuff. That is the reason probably that he or she is having so many cavities, and it may not be because of calcium deficiency. And even if the child has got cavities, and if you give him, many parents think that by giving calcium supplements they can reverse the process. The cavities will get arrested because now the child is having lots of calcium by way of supplements. That is not true. No amount of calcium intake can reverse or rectify the decay that has already formed in the tooth of the child, and you need to take the child to the dentist and get the decay, the filling or root canal or whatever needs to be done. You have to get it done by the dentist. No amount of calcium is going to help once the decay has begun. Okay, so please remember this is a myth. So I think we have time to take a few questions. Yeah, Neha, a lot of times parents come to us with the tooth and without the child. That also has happened. Okay, and they say that this my child ye daant gir gaya tha, and now what do I do? So take the tooth and the child to the dentist. That was very important. So so I think we can take, I don't know if any of you have asked me any question here. Okay, so I have got some questions on my personal chat, so maybe I can take some of them. What are the foods to avoid and what are the foods to give to the child? So definitely you can give the child calcium rich foods like milk and milk products, milk, cheese, paneer, eggs. All these have got a lot of calcium. Green leafy vegetables, green vegetables. Give the child a lot of fresh fruits and fresh vegetables to eat. Give the child a lot of sprouts, proteins, carbohydrates. So all these are a balanced diet is very important for the child's dental health as well as general health. So don't forget to add fresh fruits and vegetables. Okay, and for calcium, like I said, milk and milk products, green leafy vegetables. Do not forget to expose a child to sunlight at least for 15-20 minutes a day in order to get vitamin D, because calcium cannot be absorbed if there is deficiency of vitamin D. For calcium absorption, vitamin D is very, very essential. So even if the child plays for about 15-20 minutes in sunlight, that is sufficient. It gets synthesized under the skin and the child will have enough vitamin D. So that is also very important. What not to give the child? Avoid sugary and starchy food, because it is not very nutritious, but it can also ruin and damage the child's teeth. Anything that sticks to the tooth like starchy foods and sugary foods are not good for the teeth. The bacteria in the plaque, they react with the sugars and the starches and they produce acids, and these acids cause holes or decay in the child's teeth. So avoid giving that. If you have to limit the number of exposures, like I said, do not give, if you have decided to give the child one packet of chips, just do it at one time in one go. Do not divide it into three times and give it thrice a day, because that will mean 3 different exposures to that packet of chips, and that is more detrimental than giving the whole packet once. So that is in very short about food. I can talk for very long, but then I want to cover maximum number of questions. Somebody has asked me about fluoride application, whether it is useful and when it has to be done. So yes, once the teeth are already formed in the mouth, fluoride application can really help in making them resistant to decay. Fluoride is a mineral which forms a protective coating on the tooth, and it makes it resistant to acid attacks. So fluoride is present in our water, fluoride is also present in the toothpaste, but that may not be sufficient. So earlier the protocol used to be to get a professional fluoride application done from a dentist at the age of 3 years, 7 years, 11 years and 13 years. But now it is not like that. Usually we evaluate the child, and if the child has a very high caries index, that is if the child has got a lot of cavities and a lot of susceptibility to decay, then we recommend sometimes even once in 6 months, sometimes even once in 3 months fluoride application. So the child needs to be evaluated by the dentist to know how often to give fluoride. It's a very simple procedure. Fluoride, there's this fluoride gel which is applied to the teeth, and the child is supposed to hold it for some time and then spit it out. So it's very simple and doesn't it's not painful or not troublesome. Somebody has also asked me about sealant application. Okay, somebody's pediatric dentist has recommended sealant application for the child's tooth. So if your dentist has recommended, please go ahead and do it. Sealant is just it's a material which seals the deep grooves and crevices of the tooth on which bacteria tend to accumulate, because in these deep crevices and grooves of the teeth, especially in the back teeth, in the molars, the bristles of the brush are not able to reach and clean the surfaces, and therefore bacteria tend to accumulate. So what we do is we seal it off with this material called as sealant, so that the grooves they are not deep, they become smooth, and they can be easily cleaned off with the brush. So if your dentist has recommended, please go ahead and do it. I am seeing that I just have 2 more minutes to go, so I think I will just demonstrate the brushing technique for children. There are a lot of questions in my list, but I do not think I will be able to do justice to them in such a short while. Somebody wanted to know the brushing technique. In the morning I had explained the brushing technique for adults, so let me demonstrate to you the brushing technique for children. If I am unable to answer any of your questions that you are putting up now, I will answer them probably in the next session, or maybe I will personally message you. I promise that. So let me just reverse the camera now. So for small children, we recommend that you hold the toothbrush at 45 degrees angle between the teeth and the gums and use circular motion. So if it is for the upper jaw, do this, because this is a method which is very easy for the child to follow and understand. Even if it is the inner surface, just teach the child to do this. The front portion again, the same way as in adult. The chewing surfaces you can scrub like this, like we do in adults. So this circular motion is very simple for the child to understand and follow. It's very important to inculcate good oral hygiene habits in your children right from childhood. So definitely teach the child, by setting an example. brush twice a day without fail, rinse your mouth after every meal, floss your teeth regularly so that even the child inculcates these habits, and do not forget to take the child to the dentist for a routine checkup even when the child doesn't have any problem, so that when you take your child, when he has pain and when he has problems, some aggressive treatment might need to be done, and that might inculcate a lot of fear in the child about the dentist. So take the child when there is no problem, and try not to use words like pain and injection and fear when you talk about the dentist or the dental clinic, because this kind of phobia that the child develops in the childhood, you will be surprised, these children carry it right until adulthood, and even as adults they are scared to go to the dentist, and then they come with a lot of dental issues and dental problems. So right from childhood, take the child for routine dental checkups once in 6 months, and tell the child that the dentist is a teeth doctor who is a friend and who is going to help you keep your teeth clean, healthy, and make them strong. Tell the child nice things about the dental clinic and the dentist. Do not inculcate fear or anxiety. Do not pass on your anxiety to the child. So I think I have overshot my time a little bit, and I need to conclude. So stay safe, friends, stay healthy, and let me know if you have any more queries. And thanks for watching, thanks for being such a good audience, and do join me tomorrow at 12 noon and 5:30 p.m. I've been getting a lot of questions, so I will be answering those. Thanks a lot. Bye.